What is going on, everybody? This is Gabriel Jones giving you a drop of sun any chance I get. And today we are going to be reacting to the brand new independent album from Kyle called It's Not So Bad. Kyle is a hip-hop star that I've had a lot of respect for. He first became big in music when his single with Lil Yachty, I Spy, became a top 5 hit in 2017. The song finished at number 28 on the year-end Hot 100 and was certified 6 times platinum. It wouldn't be until 2018 when he released his debut album, Light of Mine, which is honestly one of my favorite records of that year. The record did a lot to help ease my anxiety and help me with a ton of mental health issues I was facing at the time. Like, Ups and Downs is one of the best opening tracks I've heard in an album, no BS. He would eventually give us a follow-up album called See You When I'm Famous in 2020, which honestly kind of flew under the radar for me. I did enjoy the lead single, yes, but other than that, I wasn't entirely motivated to listen to the whole album. But now we've got a third album on our hands, and it seems to be pretty short. So what do you say we give this bad boy a play? First things first, I do want to give a shout out to Jess and Zena of Trans Girl Therapist, who are currently supporting me on Patreon. You guys can do that yourselves. The link is going to be on screen. Thank you guys once again for supporting me. I couldn't thank you enough, and I hope you enjoy this video. And now, let's get into It's Not So Bad. Track number 1, Come On. Ooh, this is a little funky. Wow. Ooh, nice little melody right there. Difficulty getting over a significant other. Ooh, this percussion, wow. Ooh. Yo, I'm gonna hit the dance floor to this when it's playing. Gotta say, he's not too bad at R&B. Music is right, my boy. Just kind of letting a little loose in this outro. Okay, so what a strong opening track. He is living up to Ups and Downs. Wow. Okay, so that one had a much funkier energy to it. Like something, honestly, he has done it before, but I don't think he's like really leaned into it. But now it feels like he actually is like really like taking that step into the sort of funk direction. And the way that little melody kicks in right as he's delivering the chorus is very infectious. Lyrically, it's about him wanting to reconnect with a lover that he may have like grown distant from, and how he wants to like make things right with her, and then they can just like hit the dance floor with each other and just, you know, enjoy the night with one another. There's like a really uplifting energy to it, and it's a little bit solemn when you think about it, but you know, it's like him trying to keep his head held high and just going after a sweetheart, and gotta admire that. Track number 2, Personal. Okay, we got a really intense trap beat going on here. Chipmunk vocals are singing It's Personal. Okay. Things aren't looking too bright. Yeah, like, you the only one, baby. I ain't dealing with any of these other hoes. Ooh. Just soulful when you sing Take It Personal. The Sony product placement. Like the blending of the vocals. Like, oh, God. Okay, so that was Personal, and he did get personal on the record. But yeah, I just love the slow crooning and like somber atmosphere that encapsulates, and it just feels like such like a gut-wrenching song, I believe, from his perspective. It's pretty straightforward, but like he really like cuts to the core of the emotions, where he's singing about him wanting to really make things work with his lover, and how he doesn't want her to sort of like abandon him or call it quits on the romance, because like it would be devastating to him. Like, they've been through so much. Like, they've been on the road together, they've tried to stay committed, and like if it all just goes to waste, then it would just suck so fucking much. And the way he just presents that whole idea is fantastic, with like the chipmunk vocals and like the soulful production. I really did like that one. That was a great song. Track number 3, Perfect. I believe this might have been the single release from the album. I'm not entirely sure, but hopefully it's just as good as the other two. Ooh. 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 I'm liking this groove. This is a groove. Fight Club like Tyler Durden. What, are you gonna like bomb a building or something? The way it just gets into the funk. That's what I'm talking about. This is like some disco-esque music. Damn. Yeah, like, you can't focus on the bad memories. Like, come on. Look, yo, I gotta look up who produced this song. Like, holy shit, this is some good production. This relaxed vocal delivery also kind of works very well for the tune. That funky bass guitar, like, holy shit, that's good. Yeah, I mean, those punches look like they really take a blow to you. Ooh, that little breathy vocal delivery right there. Okay, so that was perfect, and holy shit, like, I'm impressed by that song very much. It's him singing about how he doesn't want to let go of his sweetheart because he sees so much flawlessness in her. And honestly, like, it would be devastating for him to sort of, like, let someone like her go that way because he just can't imagine life without her. And whatever she wants to do, he's down for because he knows that's what's gonna really, like, win her over. And the way that's presented within the production is also very brilliant. Like, it's almost, it has, like, this framing in which, like, they're on a dance floor or at a club, and he's just approaching her, asking to sort of, like, be with him again. And you can almost picture her with all of her friends as her ex is just approaching her and, like, begging to, like, be together again. But yeah, like, the way the sound is sort of put together is so incredible. Like, I need to look up who the producer is for real. I said that before, but, like, I say it again because I'm urgent with that. But yeah, another great song. You could dare even call it perfect. And yeah, I like what's going on here. Track number 4, Unreplaceable. Okay, a little funky guitar strumming right here. He seems to do that sound effect whenever, like, he's opening a song. He's like, I'm such an idiot. Shout out to the last song. Yep. It's unreplaceable. I fucked up right there. I'm sure she has emotions from the relationship too. Like, come on, buddy. Ooh, Craig David. Got to give him a shout out. Yeah, like, I shouldn't have tried to play no games. I should have just kept it straight. I should have kept it real. That's on me. Ooh! Little vocal delivery right there. Ooh! Like, the way he just belted those notes right there is great. Okay, so that was Unreplaceable, and I think that one was pretty straightforward. It's him sort of reflecting on this relationship that has sort of gone south, and he really is desperate to sort of win over his girl. The production is pretty neat. It sort of has like an R&B sort of sound with like its percussion and like the vocal delivery. Craig David also did like a very great job with that third verse. Like, I thought he was a great featured artist. And you know, the thought has occurred to me that I don't even know who Craig David is, so... But I'm sure that I would really enjoy his music. Track number 5, Sunday. Ooh! Yo, I love this beat blended with the acoustic guitar. Something's changed, probably. Ooh! The way he hits that high note right there. Sounds like quite the eventful week. Ooh! Love those little ad-libs right there. Yeah, like, I can't resist. Come on. The love is kind of like evaporated, like perfume. Yo, these ad-libs are just killing me. Like, I gotta know who's doing these. These are like some uncredited vocals that I'm hearing right now. Ooh! I mean, now we're just sort of letting the percussion vibe on this outro. It's pretty nice. Okay, so that was Sunday, and I gotta say, that one is pretty interesting. With this song, I get a little bit more resentment on Kyle's end. It's him sort of singing about how his girlfriend is just sort of being cold to him, and how she's lying to her friends about him, and how things just aren't very compatible at the moment. And how they seem to be going through this cycle where she'll make up with him and then they'll, like, you know, do some lovey-dovey stuff. And then by Sunday, they just kind of seem to grow distant again. You know, honestly, it kind of feels like a relationship that's definitely going south. Production-wise, I actually do sort of like it. It's sort of like very atmospheric, and it's sort of like a bit light in the way it presents itself. Like the acoustic guitar and the drum beat just sort of like carrying the song together is really cool, and that might be an interesting one when I return to it. Track number 6, Do Not Answer. Okay, it's a little bit silent at the moment. Ooh, vocals are sort of like coming in from different angles of the speakers. A little bit more resentment now, like a little frustration. I love this percussion right here. It has a lot of energy going for it. Yep. It's like on Unreplaceable. Yeah, like you're just here to pick a fight and like make things like toxic. I ain't doing that shit. Ooh, love the guitar strumming right there. Very, very solemn. Sort of like the echo right there with the vocals. Kind of feels like an answering machine that's just on beep right now. Okay, so that was Do Not Answer, and that one I sort of really like. Premise is that Kyle is getting a phone call from his girl, and he's just kind of sick of her right now, and he's just telling her, yo, just stay away from me for the moment because I'm not in the mood. I just need some positive energy, and you're not bringing it, so do not call my phone. And honestly, I think some people can definitely vibe with that. In terms of production, I just love how sort of like miserable it sort of makes itself with like all these like little piano keys that sort of like are supposed to resemble an answering machine, and the percussion that picks up as the chorus is being delivered, the guitar strumming that happens during silent moments. It's just so nicely crafted, and this is going to be a fun one to revisit. Track number 7, Love's Theme Song. Ooh, a nice little slick R&B jam we got going on here. Yeah, that's commitment, babe. This is the song that pops into his head whenever he's with his sweetheart. Like, I'm gonna put so much effort into this romance, you won't even believe it. We are the iconic love story. We're the Rachel McAdams and the Ryan Gosling. Ooh, 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 ooh. This little breakdown right here. I'm digging it. Okay, so that was Love's theme song. It was very, very short, but very, very fun. It's just a nice little ditty about Kyle singing to his sweetheart, about how they're such a strong duo together, and that they're gonna make their love last for as long as possible. Production-wise, it's just a nice little joyous R&B jam that Kyle really seems to throw down on. But yeah, that one is a lot of fun, even though it wasn't longer than 2 minutes. But yeah, that one put me in a good spirit. Track number 8, Thumb Through. Okay, it's a little spacious right now. A little quiet. Oh, we might have a strip club anthem on our hands. Oh, that's a lot of criteria to fit right there. This sounds like a very beautiful woman. Yeah, I mean, if you got that money, then she's gonna give you something. Okay, so that was Thumb Through. Pretty interesting song. Here we have a song about Kyle and his boy Irie Scott tipping a stripper, and how she is just so gorgeous and sexy that, you know, they have to like give her as many tips as possible. I don't know how I feel too much about this song. It feels a little out of place if you ask me. Given that we had a bunch of like, you know, uplifting trap songs and a lot of slick R&B jams, I don't know how this one fits with all the other tunes. It does have a lot of fun lines like, I'm too flashy to be classy. She say 1,000, but she worth at least 2. But overall, I don't know if that one's exactly my favorite. So, yeah, not vibing too much with me. Track number 9, Shiesty. Ooh, nice little gentle melodic guitar. She got some pop and dance moves. I like this vocal delivery too. It's like very sad, but it's like very like cool to the ears. Okay, so that was Shiesty, and that one, you know, is another short one, but I think it has some interesting things going on for it, like how it seems to be about him sort of catching his girl cheating on him with another rapper, and how he's now confronting that rapper. For a second, I thought it was gonna be a song about Pooh Shiesty, but I don't think they are on that bad terms. But yeah, he also speculates that she's going out with Uzi or something, Lil Uzi Vert. I have no idea. Like, I would be amazed if they had some beef. But yeah, he seems to be pretty cold in this track, and the whole drama, all that drama, it's not sitting very well with him, so poor Kyle. Track number 10, Optimistic. Ooh, this piano composition, damn. It's a love that's growing distant, and it's just tearing him up inside. Like you're a part of me, baby. Like, I can't let that go. Come on. I'll give you cloud number 9. You know? Like, that's how far I'm willing to go for you. Love that sound effect he puts on every single track. That I got no place. Wow, I love that. And this is a Doogie F, I believe, singing on this chorus right here. Love how they harmonize right there. Too cool. Okay, so that was Optimistic, and that one was a very sad one. That one is just dripping in melancholy with its piano production and the beat that it's paired with, and you could really sense that Kyle is going through some real heartbreak at the moment. He's really desperate to sort of win back his sweetheart and prove that he really does want to make this relationship work, and how they gotta stop being at odds with one another and just find some common ground, because it's just too much for him to handle. I do really kind of vibe with this song because you can really sense the sadness that he's experiencing, and the way he just captures it is like so masterful. So props to you there. Track number 11, Eternity. We got a little bit of an energized beat coming in right now. Ooh, I love this guitar on the first verse. Forever and eternity. Is there a difference? Ooh. Ooh. This Beam guy really seems to like really let his vocals just fly out of him. Ooh. Ooh. About to do vocalizing right there. This kind of has like a tropical sort of sound to it. Okay, so that was Eternity, and that one was another very short song that I sort of wish was a bit long, but it was pretty fun nonetheless. It's him pleading to his girl about how he wants to be with her for as long as possible, maybe even forever, maybe even eternity. And how he just wants to show his devotion to her. The featured vocalist on this song, named Beam, does a really great job. He really brings a lot of energy to the whole song, and like some of the vocals he hits, some of the notes he hits are pretty damn fun. I kind of like how it has like a much more sort of tropical sound and atmosphere to it, which really adds to like the enjoyment. So I do think that one is pretty good. And now it's time to see how Kyle is going to close out this record. Track number 12, Sleepyhead. Okay, we got a little bit of a ticking clock going on right now. He was in a very splendid dream, but now he has to wake up from it. He just wants that opportunity to win her back. Like, come on. The sudden realization that the love may not have been a good idea from the start. The crushing feeling to have, thinking that your lover or ex-lover is no longer thinking about you. Like, that has to sting. Ooh, that bass guitar. Gotta give props to it. Oh, you can hear some, like, high-pitched violins in the back. I like it. And now we're just letting the instrumental play out a little bit. I love that sound effect right there. The high-pitched violins with the clock. Nice. Okay, so that was Sleepyhead, and I gotta say, that was not a bad song to end the record on. Kyle is sort of singing about how he keeps waking up and finding that his lover is no longer with him, and how he just wants to make things right, but it might be too late for him, and he has to like think about where he went wrong in the whole ordeal. Like, did he provide enough for her? Like, was he there for her all the time? And now he's coming to the crushing realization that their love might be dead for good. And you can really sense the tragedy within the tune with like the way the high-pitched violins are playing and how the bass guitar just represents his solemnness. The beat is also really nicely constructed. I gotta give props to that. And honestly, yeah, it is kind of like a sad note to end on, but it's really nicely crafted, I'll give it that. With that, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna let the album sit with me, listen to it a second time. I'll come back later and give you guys my final thoughts, so bear with me. Alright, I am back, I am better than ever, and I'm ready to give you my final thoughts on Kyle's It's Not So Bad. I was sitting through this whole record thinking to myself, how is hip-hop not pushing harder for this guy? He really stands out in the genre from so many rappers due to his lighthearted silliness, his vulnerability, and his optimistic attitude. That's probably what made him click with so many listeners to start with. On this record, he continues to wear his emotions on his sleeve, but he plays it a lot straighter. You can sense that this is a much more personal release for Kyle, which is why the humor from Light of Mine isn't as prevalent here. Plus, there's a lot more bitterness and frustration on his end, due to the themes of heartbreak and dysfunctional relationships being the main focus. However, I don't really see that as a bad thing. Kyle has always been a master at conveying his feelings on a track and helping the listener gain insight into his mind. It's helped by the slick R&B sound and the alternative hip-hop elements he infuses into the record. We also see him experimenting with new sounds, which can mostly pay off. Still, every track does something unique and stands out on its own. I have no idea what happened between him and his labels to make him go independent, but whatever the case may be, he certainly hasn't lost his quality. I give It's Not So Bad an 8.5 out of 10. My favorite tracks in the album would have to be Perfect, Love Theme Song, Optimistic, Come On, and Sunday. My least favorites would have to be Thru and Unreplaceable. But yeah, that just about does it. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this incredibly fun album listen. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. If you want to follow me on social media, be sure to check out my Twitter, my Twitch, and my TikTok. The links are going to be in the description. And be sure to check me out on Patreon as well. You can give me some great support in return for some great rewards. But that's where we're going to wrap up. My name is Gabriel Jones, and the sun may be setting, but I hope you were able to soak up those drops. Take care.